Are you recording, Tom?
Yep.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Oh, shit.
All right, phone down.
Okay. Ready?
Can we just get your Stoke cup in the shot here?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Love it.
Love that. Love that for us. Love a bit of Stoke.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Let's roll.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the CODI cast. Today I'm joined by our resident superstar content creator, Adrian Jackson. But we actually...
Give it up,
Quiet, please. Oh, God, your fans. There's too many of them. But we fondly know you as AJ. So welcome to the show, AJ.
Thank you for having me, Lisa.
Yeah, looking forward to today. You're like one of the most chilled people I know. You've got a lot of swag, confidence. You wear shorts pretty much all the time. You wearing shorts today?
I put pants on today, but then you can't even see. It's like, oh, what the
So you
hell?
could have actually worn shorts if you wanted.
I wore shorts yesterday, but I got a few weird looks from Nick. He was like, what's going on here?
He's just jealous because he's got chicken legs. So you're actually a very avid content creator. So I see your content going across YouTube. I see it on Instagram. I see you on LinkedIn, and you've got a podcast with your partner. Like, you are amazing. Like, you are so active. And because I know firsthand, it's super hard to create content.
It is. I guess I do create quite a lot of content without realizing. I feel like I don't do much, but
Oh, really?
But then when you break it down, it's like, oh shit, no, I actually do quite a lot of shit. But are we allowed to swear on this podcast?
Well, you're editing it, so you can
Oh
beep
yeah,
it out.
I'll just beep all the shit out. It's all good.
So it's going to be like beep, 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 the whole episode. So you're actually, I actually see you quite a bit on shoots. You do content creation and also behind the scenes. So you capture a lot of the BTS stuff for our CODI cast and for anything that's happening in the office, which I think is actually fantastic. It's something that I think people love to get a look at, like that behind the scenes aspect of how things are put together. I've also seen you do some amazing work in my bathroom, which sounds creepy, with Stoke, for Stoke, one of our clients. So we actually got some Stoke
Cheers
cups
to
here.
Stoke.
Cheers to Stoke. If you guys haven't heard of Stoke, look, they're easily the sexiest coffee reusable cup on the market. So I've actually got the new edition with the black interior.
Oh, it's nice, eh?
That is classy.
Yeah, Sam's done a good job.
That's classy. We've actually been working with Stoke now for about 3 or 4 years.
Oh, really?
So
Yeah, okay.
yeah, amazing brand, amazing people as well. So shout out to Sam Yushen. So today we're going to be talking about content, because you're obviously a content machine and you do a lot of content creation for our clients.
Yeah.
So why are you laughing?
It's flattering. It's nice to hear all these things.
Oh.
I never give myself praise, so it's nice to receive it from other people.
Oh,
So I appreciate it.
yeah, no worries. You're amazing at what you do. So I guess just to begin with, I think a lot of people want to get active in the content creation space, but it's quite hard to even know where to start. So I'd love to get an understanding of a little bit about your content creation journey. Have you always been into content creation, or is it something quite new?
How long have you got?
20 minutes.
Yeah, we've been told we're on the strict time. No, it kind of started from like day dot. Like my dad was real into. It was more like building, like model airplanes and like hand modeling and that sort of creation.
Hand modeling.
No, like modeling, like creating things with his hands.
Oh, not actually like
furniture
physically
and
modeling.
No. But yeah, it sort of started at such a young age, like always into building and creating and playing with things and experimenting to see what I could create. And then that sort of transitioned into design school, where I did product design. So I love furniture and just all things industrial. I love tech. And then it's kind of slowly, since I've left university, become more of a digital thing. So I still love working with my hands, but I guess the nature of how my career's gone, I've always been sort of here and there and traveling quite a lot. To cart tools and things around with you everywhere is like impossible. So it's, where I can get that like release of like creation is all become digital now. So it's just kind of evolved slowly through that.
Well, it's actually interesting that you say that about equipment, because there's so many things you can do now just with your phone. and the inbuilt features in social media platforms are crazy. Like I think of TikTok, I think of Reels, and I think of all those AI features that they've got. It's just insane.
Some of the filters are like,
oh, it's like next level.
So real.
Oh, I know.
I can't even deal.
It's insane. So like, how do you see the content landscape? Like, how has it really shifted even in the past year or so?
That's a great question. Just in the past year, I mean, I guess with COVID as well, it's kind of transformed how the platforms are used. And I really, really loved social media during COVID because I am from New Zealand. All of my family is scattered all over the world. And it was kind of the only thing that I had to keep in touch with them all. So in terms of the kind of filters and those kind of things, like I don't know, like personally, I don't really touch that kind of stuff too much, but it is it's fascinating to see what people are achieving and being able to create just in their bedroom, and how viral things can go even though they're just so lame. I'm not talking about your videos, they're great.
Oh gee, thanks.
Do you reckon LinkedIn will ever bring in like filters?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't feel like they will.
It's probably not the platform for it, but
well, I mean, they use stickers though. Like they really push stickers. So when you do a story, you can upload little stickers on the story, which I thought I wouldn't have thought was very LinkedIn. But I think they're trying to move to more social media because they're trying to keep the conversation going. And I think people don't want to just be posting really stiff content on LinkedIn. It's like, here's an article or here's, a newsletter. That story angle, for example, that was quite surprising for me. I didn't think they'd bring that onto LinkedIn.
Well, because those stickers on LinkedIn, like I mean, I've played with them as well. I've done a few LinkedIn stories, not as many as you, but slowly, I don't even get any views on mine. It's real sad.
Oh, okay. So that's actually interesting though, because stories is one of those weird ones where I don't feel like they push. I think they're trying to push it, but the views aren't there. And so say I could post a video and get maybe 3,000-4,000 views. I could post a story and get like 100 views. So I think that's for a few reasons. They said that it's not rolled out everywhere in the world, so not everyone would have access to it. So only the people who have access to stories will be able to watch them. Yeah. But
because if I look at my insights, if I do get a view, it's just from Coco.
Oh, shout out to Coco.
Love you, Coco.
That's great though. Like I think the thing is, good on you though for keeping up with it, because a lot of people, like, and we spoke about this on a previous episode, I think with Rosie, like a lot of people give up when they're not getting views or their content isn't getting any traction or comments.
It can be very discouraging.
Yeah.
It's like, what am I doing this for?
Yes. And how do you get over that?
I don't know. So for me, like, I use social media for myself. Like it's all for me. I don't do it for anyone else. And I almost use it as like an accountability thing. Like I love to create content. That's what I love to do. So I use the platforms to constantly be putting content out there for myself. And it's also like I love the just the memories that you create on it. Like I love going back through my feeds and seeing like, oh, I went there, I went here. I remember when I traveled there. Like it's all like this epic timeline. Yeah. And I love it for that purpose. Like I don't know if I use it as much for just mindless scrolling anymore. It's very, very selective when I try use it, because obviously we use it all day at work. Like, and then if you want to,
I thought you guys are working.
Do it.
Just kidding.
Whoa!
I'm on social all day.
Yeah, so like when you are constantly on it all day at work, it can make it really hard to be active yourself, like in your own time. Absolutely. So I try to really be selective and use it for good, for bettering myself more so now than anything else. Yeah, it is quite discouraging. Like, I mean, I just recently started my own YouTube channel, but like every video's got like 3 views, and it's like, you know, the amount of work that goes into it all. Like, I don't think people realize. And then if someone was to actually try it themselves, because it's so easy. You're just filming, like you just sit up in your study room and you click record. There's so much more to it than that. Like as soon as I'm real weird. As soon as there's a camera like on me, like I kind of get a bit weirded out. I almost don't even like become a different person. I don't know. It's really weird. So one of the reasons why I started YouTube was because I wanted to gain that camera confidence, and it was like, well, what's the best way to get camera confidence? Just to be in front of the camera every day.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I use social media more so in my own time for myself and like personal development.
I feel like it'll be very authentic then, because you're not actually using it to sell anything. You're using it just, like you said, to get better in a way and improve yourself. And, you know, we have a lot of, say, LinkedIn clients who'll be doing video with us for the first time for their channel, and they're super successful business people, and they have the same challenges as you do. Like as soon as you turn a camera on them, it's just like, oh, this is really awkward and uncomfortable. And I don't know why it is, and I don't know what it is about human nature. Maybe it's just that you feel like you're under a microscope and everything's going to be captured, so you're just suddenly really hyper aware, whereas if you're just talking normally and no one's recording it, you can just sort of say whatever you want.
Yeah, well, it's funny because like we edit the videos of the LinkedIn, some of our clients, and seeing their like before and afters of when they actually like click record, go sit down, like do their video, and then like it is like they're just as nervous as anyone else.
Yes.
They just have they've got the awkwardness as well. Like some of them are really good, just like naturally, but it's a very rare skill to just be naturally like amazing in front of camera, like yourself.
Yeah, I know. Oh God, don't go back to my first videos. They were awkward.
I'm gonna have to go back and check out your first videos.
Oh, you're gonna be scrolling for a while. There's like a lot. But I think it's that I've definitely learned a lot from continuously repeating and being consistent with video. So I know if I don't do it for a couple of days, I'm going to really struggle to do one really quickly. But I look back to my first ones and go, whoa, you were so boring. You were so wooden. Like you just looked so unengaged.
That woodenness that's real.
Oh, exactly.
And
the funny thing is though, like I always say to our clients, like you got to be 10% more extra than you are in real life.
Yeah.
Like, because if you just talk as if you would in real life, God damn, you sound really bloody boring.
Yeah, exactly.
But then I almost feel that continuously practicing and presenting helps you then, say, when you're doing things like this, because you almost become a bit more animated and this will look normal on camera, but...
I hope so.
Well, I don't know. It's probably look really weird.
We'll see.
Like, why is she so animated? But I think picking up those little tips and tricks can really help you go from just starting out to getting good and then eventually going to great. So do you have any tips for people who are starting out, maybe doing their first video?
Don't even just... Is there a way to turn off your likes and view counts? Just don't even... just ignore all of that shit.
Yeah,
just do it for you and like have a real clear understanding as to why you're doing it.
Yeah. Good one.
Like, this is like for me, it was like I want to get camera confidence. So when I do get more into my channel, I want to be good. I want to be natural on camera. So just do it like every day. So like for January, I filmed every single day in front of the camera and I just posted.
Yeah, that's sensational.
Real simple, no fancy editing or anything. It was just literally click record, see what happens.
Yeah.
And then stop when you're done.
Yeah, fantastic.
So yeah, it's improved me heaps. So I think it's just that repetition.
Yeah, good one.
Getting the reps in.
Yeah, love that. It's like exercise.
Exactly like
exercise. Okay, so moving on to our Trend Watch segment. Trend Watch. You need to do a little intro for us. So it's
I
not
think
just me.
we definitely need to create some intros.
Yeah.
We'll see what we can whip up for season 2.
Yeah, perfect.
We'll see.
Exciting. So do you have a favorite content creator?
Oh, man. So I spend most of my time on YouTube.
Yeah.
I do love the classic like big creators like Casey Neistat.
Oh, yes,
like
yeah.
I love watching him do daily vlogging. Like that was a huge thing that of what sort of got me into video. And just seeing, it's fascinating how many people love just watching people's lives. Like my girlfriend is constantly watching like YouTubers and just their daily, what they get up to,
Literally
like what they
doing
eat
nothing.
Yeah, it's half the time. Like so, sometimes I'll just like listen in the background. We're in the same room. I'm like, what the hell are they like? They do
people
nothing.
Are so nosy. Like people are just like really, I think, voyeuristic.
Yeah,
they love doing that.
I don't know. I loved Casey's stuff. I also love like Peter McKinnon because they're very much into like tech and cameras and video games, all stuff that I'm interested in. And then they also vlog. So it's like best of both worlds. And they're always teaching and explaining things in like really nice, relatable ways. Like they're just kind of regular dudes. Like they don't have these egos to them.
Yes. But I think the important thing to note is someone like Casey, he's obviously got a massive following now, but he started doing content and no one was watching. And he was doing the 3 views. So I think it's always good to remember, yes, they've got millions of followers now, millions of views, but everyone starts from somewhere. So it's just good to get.
I love when they do those videos where they, sorry to interrupt you, but like when they do show like their old stats.
Yes.
From like, they go back to when they first began, or they even show like little clips of their first videos.
Yeah.
And you see how horrifically bad they are.
Yeah.
I'm like, we can make better videos now just on our phones, but no one actually does it. And it's so easy now.
Yeah.
To just start and actually have something that's really beautiful and well presented.
I know, just with literally your phone. Like you can shoot in cinema quality, which is actually crazy.
I know, it's unreal.
So yeah, no excuses, everyone listening. So you obviously work a lot across our social clients, including Stoke. So you work on the Stoke account.
Stoke, yes.
Yeah.
Love
so
Stoke.
Subtle plug for Stoke. So in terms of your top tips and tricks, I might get your top do for content creation and your top don't.
Okay. Top do is ensure it's quality.
Yeah.
Like it's gotta look nice. There's no excuses anymore as to why your photos are shit. Literally no excuse. Even the Android phones and all that, like they've got better cameras than Apple phones. But there's no excuse, and you can shoot amazing content just from a camera in your pocket. So there's no excuse to have like a bad looking Instagram, unless that's what you're going for. I don't know, but the actual quality of the images, like I think it plays a huge part. So ensuring that quality is always there.
Excellent. And your biggest don't?
Biggest don't is just don't overthink it.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
And also like you never know what's going to work until you try it. So I don't know. I feel like maybe a lot of our clients overthink what they're actually posting in many ways, and that can almost get quite frustrating because it's like, we don't know how this is going to do, but it's something new, so let's try it. So almost trying to like understand and find that balance with them as to like where we try new things, but then we ensure like the quality is always there, and then we make sure it's engaging somehow. Like, yeah.
Those are good ones. Excellent. Yeah, good ones. Okay. Well, just to finish off, we're going to quickly go through 5 quick questions.
Okay.
We need another opener for that.
Yeah.
So first up is, who was the first content creator you started following and why?
Damn. First content creator. Again, it was probably Casey. Like the very start of when I started getting into like video and stuff. Because I kind of got into video through travel, and I was that classic case of, there was like a period on YouTube where everyone is posting these like epic GoPro montages, and everyone had a GoPro and they all had these like fun transitions, and like they were just going viral everywhere. And I sort of got into that, and then I was doing my own like OE, got a GoPro, started filming and taking photos. I never really knew what I was going to do with it. But I've always just loved documenting my life and what I'm up to, even through like university and stuff, like showing behind the scenes of my projects and all these kind of things. So it's always just come naturally. I've always wanted to make sure I make memories and understand where I've come from and how I've got like to this the place I'm at now.
And so for people who don't know who Casey Neistat is, can you just quickly explain who he is?
So he's a filmmaker, and he's
Is he a skateboarder? I feel like I always see him on skateboards.
He rides a lot of those boosted like electric skateboards and like all that kind of tech stuff as well. And yeah, he started YouTube quite a while ago now, 5-6 years.
Was he one of the original vloggers?
I think he was like the first like daily vlogger.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, so he's just posting for, I don't know, it's a couple of years probably. He was just posting every day.
That's commitment.
It's insane to think, like, I mean, because his videos, I love how simple they are. Like, there's not much to them. And like, you know, all of his titles and everything's handwritten on paper, and it's all simple. And he still does it now. Like his videos now, even though he's got 10 million subscribers, he's the same person.
Very authentic.
He hasn't changed at all. Yeah, which I absolutely love. So it would definitely be him.
Fantastic. Next question: what brand do you believe is killing it with content creation, other than Stoke?
I don't know about brands, but I love, I don't know about you, but I love spending a lot of time on Kickstarter.
Ooh.
And I love going on their account and on their website, and like I'm signed up to all their newsletters and things, and because I am very much into like tech and that kind of thing. I love seeing what's coming out and what's trending, and I love going on their account to see how new brands trying to get into the, get funded, tell their story about their brand and like showcase what they're about, and if it's convincing enough to like invest in. So I spend a lot of time on that, just soaking it all in, and I back a lot of projects. I love supporting these like small brands, and I buy a lot of these things, but it's all down to that video that they promote this product with. And I love seeing how all these new brands are trying to tell their stories, because it just gets better and better. Every product that comes through Kickstarter, the quality is unreal. So it's really cool.
Well, that's really interesting that you talk about storytelling, because I think that's a really huge part of successful content creation. It's telling your story, not being afraid to share the journey, and being really real. Because I think social media has a reputation of being quite a highlights reel. So a lot of people are showing, yes, everything's amazing, I just won this deal, or I'm feeling great about this, and they don't feel comfortable sharing when things have gone wrong or when they've failed at something. And I think that whenever I've done that, and God, I could literally just do a whole channel just about my failures and mistakes, people really resonate with that, and that's probably some of my most engaged with content, because people, it almost humanizes people. I think there's 100%. A perception. I mean, you guys all know, because you work with me, like I'm a mess, like every day running around with my head. Absolute mess, like messy desk, I really don't know what's going on most of the time.
Were you late today as well?
Yeah, exactly. Got locked out of the house. Like that is just literally a mess. But I think, I've tried to really, show that on social a bit more, and try and talk about like the fact that I am an introvert, and public speaking does scare me, or going into a whole room of people scares me. So I think it's important to just not feel like you have to be perfect all the time when you're sharing content on social.
Yeah, well, that's why I love working with you as well, because you do share all that stuff. And that was like, I mentioned you in one of my YouTube videos where I was like, shout out to Lisa, because, she just shows how hard you can work. And also that I love that video you did the other day of the ducks in a row syndrome, kind of thing. So you talk about that, and it was one of the other things. It's like I've wanted to start a channel for years, but I'm always waiting for to get all my ducks in a row. I'm like, why? There's no point. I've got everything that I need right now. I just need to start it, and I'm such a procrastinator in that way. So you were one of the driving reasons why I wanted to start it, just to see. I'm so sick of talking about all these things and then not doing them. So that was good.
Thank you. And to be honest with you, when I first started posting content on social, it was really quite scary, because I just thought, oh God, people are going to judge me. Is this content's going to be terrible? It's just filmed on my phone. But the one thing that kept me going is, if this piece of content helps one person, then I'll feel like it's been totally worth it. And then you never know if you might go and do something which then encourages another person, and it's kind of like that domino effect. So I think if you can put more and more content out in the world, you just never know who's watching. We were talking about this before. It's like, you never know who's actually watching your content, just because they're not engaging with it, liking it or commenting, but doesn't mean they're not taking it in, and you're not inspiring them or helping them in some way. So I think when I have days where I just go, it's so much, I can't keep doing so much content, that I think about that, and I go, I'll receive messages from people saying, and a lot of times it's young women, which I'm really passionate about trying to inspire, but it's like, you've inspired me to do a video, or you inspired me to do my first post, or it's great to see someone in your position just be posting content and showing what the journey's like. So there's a big responsibility, and I think if we can use our platforms for good, then there's going to be a lot more positivity in the world.
It's so funny you say that. Like those ghost followers, because I never really look at who watches my stories and things, but I try post and things every day, and especially during the lockdown, I started running, and so I had this moment. Literally, I was working here this morning where I bumped into a guy coming out of one of the local coffee shops that I grew up with in college. I was like, "Sup, bro? I haven't seen you since before." I knew he lived here in Melbourne, but I hadn't seen him since before. So it's been over a year since the lockdown. And he's like, "Oh, how's the running going?" And I'm like, "I haven't talked to you for over a year." And he's like, "Oh, you're looking real fit." And I was like, "How do you know all this stuff?" It's so weird. Even even family members, like they'll just comment and be like, oh, I've seen that you're doing like all this yoga and stuff. And I'm like, how do you know
Those
all
are
these
creeps.
things? Yeah. And it's funny as well, because the more you put out, the more people do see, but maybe they don't say something straight away. But through that, like I have ended up getting quite a lot of work through that.
Oh, amazing.
So I only just recently did one of my friends from high school again, who lives here. He saw that, I've been doing a lot more video editing and things in my roles, and I've been showing that like online. And so I recently clipped together like him and his partner just had their first baby, so it was like her first Mother's Day.
Oh.
And so he wanted to like put together this big like photo montage of how she's become a mum, because he just wanted to say thanks for everything. Which was real sweet. It was like super heartwarming.
Were you like crying?
Yeah. And so he sent me all this. He's like, bro, like I've seen that you do this kind of stuff. Like, can you clip this together for me? I don't know anyone else. And like he would have never known that if I don't share.
Yeah.
So the more I share, the more opportunities I end up getting, and it's so random where they come from.
Absolutely. And it's just focusing on those potential opportunities that I think is really important, as opposed to the things that might not go well, like a negative comment or something.
It's like a weird way of like manifesting.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh, just to finish up, I want to know, if you could be any animal, what would you be?
I'm gonna say Wolfie. Yeah. I'm gonna say I would be like friendly killer whale.
A friendly killer whale.
Yeah.
And
one, my favorite animal. Two, black and white. Love that. Minimal.
On brand for CODI as well.
On brand.
Love
And
that.
for Stoke. What's up, Stoke? And also I love the fact that I like to think of myself as like I'm constantly thinking outside the box and trying to understand how to get better and understand and like improve myself. And that's kind of how killer whales are. Like they're the smartest animal in the ocean. They're always figuring out how to get their prey in new ways, and you watch them on these documentaries and you see all these creative ways that they fish and hunt, and you're just like, this is insane how much they can figure out. You just think that they're a giant dolphin in the water, but there's so much more behind the scenes. So I kind of feel like I'm like that. Like I'm not huge, but little guy, lots going on inside, black and white. But I'm not the killer part. I'll kill you with kindness. Kill you with kindness. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, AJ. It's been an absolute pleasure.
It's been so nice.
And love your work as well behind the scenes for the CODI cast. And I look forward to hearing your episode go live that you're going to edit yourself. So please make me look good.
Yeah, I'll do the same for myself as well. It'll be like the most on point episode.
Thanks, AJ.
Cheers, Lisa.